What is up, guys? Your homeboy Daniel from Tiny Studio Production, and today we got Saint Chase in the house. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Appreciate you for having me.
Hey, bro, appreciate you coming over here, bro. Like, for real. I've seen some of your work, man, and I'm a fan, bro. And I reached out to you. I'm like, bro, I gotta get you on this podcast. So tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. But the Valley also raised me. I moved back and forth my whole life. My mom's from Brownsville. My whole mother's family is from Brownsville. You know, Brownsville, Matamoros. You feel me? So
Yeah.
it was evident that I was gonna be coming back here. You know what I'm saying? Regardless whether if I was actually going to go to school here or not, it was evident that I was gonna be coming back because I have family here. You know what I'm saying? So,
Bro, how's the lifestyle from like Chicago and here? Like, can you give us something like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
give us an example.
Right. Well, I mean, like, what a neighborhood, you know, is basically a town. You know, like the way Brownsville is. You know, like I mean, at least because I live in Brownsville, like or any of these cities here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Each city has its own doctors, its own stores, its own, you know, hospitals and all of that. Same thing goes for us. Every neighborhood, you know, usually has its own, you know, market and its own thing. You feel me? So usually people stay within their own neighborhoods. You feel me? Now, but if you're talking about the city itself, then obviously, you know, it's a concrete jungle. It's completely different. You feel me? Like it's just very high paced. You feel me? Just very high paced. But like if you take it from like, you know, a neighborhood to, you know, the cities like here, it's very similar. You feel me? Everyone knows each other in Brownsville, at least, you know, because I've never lived anywhere else but Brownsville. Like I've never lived anywhere else in the Valley. But like in the neighborhoods that I lived in Chicago, it's like one big city, what you would consider here. You know what I'm saying?
Where do you like the food more?
Well, if I'm gonna speak Mexican food, it's gotta be here, because I'm not gonna eat no Mexican food in Chicago.
I heard the pizza's bomb in Chicago.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started, man. The deep dish, it's the deep dish, and the Chicago hot dogs. You feel me? And then obviously there's a lot of other different, like, you know, landmarks that it's not as glorified.
Yeah.
Or, you know, but like the Cajun or like Jamaican food or like stuff like that.
So
you don't go hard.
You got family in Mexico too?
Yeah, I got family in Mexico.
So what about over there? Like what's your experience like? You know, have you gone to visit your family in Mexico or not?
It's been a minute now. You know what I'm saying? But I do remember this is one thing that does stick with me. I was like about like, I would say like 10 or 11, right? And we went to Tampico, right, to go visit my grandma's brother. Right, and we're driving. We took a bus there, and that was the first time. I mean, I've never seen it in America. Period. You feel me? I've seen you know, on the news. I've heard about it on the news, but to actually physically see it, I saw people hung from the streetlights. You know what I'm saying? And I was like 10 or 11. You feel me? That was the first time I've ever seen that. You feel me? And that was like that was me the first time ever actually even going deep into Mexico. You feel me? Because usually I could cross over to Matamoros all the time. You feel me? That was, you know, weekend shit. You feel me? That was just weekend stuff. But, you know, to actually go deep into Mexico and then go to Tamaulipas, that was the first time that I actually, and that's one memory that really like stuck with me.
Yeah, that's hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, so back to the music. What got you into music?
You know, the first, it's gonna be funny that I say this, but the first song that I recollect myself to actually having a memory of, like the first song I ever heard, it was Mark Anthony, and it was the song "I Need to Know," and I remember that was like that's my first recollection of music, right? So that was the first song I heard, and then the first project I bought was Akon. It was the Convict, you know, album, and ever since I heard Akon, and then I heard Eminem on Smack That on that album, right, and that's where I was just like, oh my God, hip hop, you know what I'm saying? You know, and that's where when I started, having a passion for music, and then that inspired me to like, there's this in Chicago when the school bus would drop us off. It would drop us off at a corner at a corner store, right? And they had Pac-Man inside the store. So me and my friends would save our lunch money, because we would always like, try to beat each other's high scores and shit on Pac-Man. So we would, play Pac-Man inside. It was inside a liquor store, mind you. You feel me? So like, I mean, no kid should be inside a liquor store, period. But there we were every day after 4:00. You know what I'm saying?
That's some 90s, 80s like, kids right there, bro.
Yeah, no, dead ass. You know what I'm saying? So like, we would go play, and then after we finished all our quarters, we would go behind the liquor store, and there was an alleyway, and like all the grown-er cats. I mean, like now that I think about it, they were most likely, cats off the street or whatever, but they would be freestyling and rapping in the circle and stuff like that, and motherfuckers had they liquor bottles and smoking some backwoods or whatever, and me and the little youngsters would come around, and we would just listen to these motherfuckers just spin and spin and spin. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers would take their turn, and just I was just like, and I remember the reaction of how people would react to the things that they said, and it just stuck with me to be like, I want that attention, you feel me? Like, I want people to listen in on what I'm saying, you feel me? And all of that, Akon, Mark Anthony, Eminem, and then, rapping on the corner, you feel me? With the grown people, I thought, like, okay.
Those are all the ones that pretty much inspired you in the music.
Inspired me to really, give it a go, yeah.
It's crazy that right now I'm just realizing, like, how you mentioned Mark Anthony, how I feel like he's not... I guess he doesn't get as acknowledged as a music genius, bro, because he does he's done a lot of on the Latin side. Right. A lot of his production has done he's done different styles in the Latin, on the Latin style,
Mm-hmm.
He kind of he's kind of like Pharrell, what's his name? The one that sings the Redbone. Gambino.
Oh, Gambino. Okay.
Yeah, he's his production wise, sure. Like he's pretty good, man.
Oh, very talented.
What about like when you were watching the adults freestyling? Did you ever jump on that? Did you ever battle or?
I tried. I kind of took that to school the next day. You know what I'm saying? Like the first time I saw it happen, I took it to school the next day. And I mean, mind you, I was like like a 5th grader, but it was I was kind of far behind when it came to music because my family didn't listen to music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really pick up on music until I heard it from other people. You know what I'm saying? So when I thought I was bringing that shit to school and then trying to get my friends to rap battle me or whatever, they had already been known rap. You know what I'm saying? From their parents and stuff like that. So I felt like I was pretty far behind when it came down to who's who and what's what and what's the new song and what's the new this and stuff like that. Because I wasn't really raised on no music, even on the Latin side of music. You feel me? It was I didn't really listen to anything. The only thing that was playing would be my grandma would play alabanzas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel me? She was a very churchgoer, a very heavy churchgoer, and she would also sing in the choir at church. So all the music that I would hear would be, that.
I noticed a lot of people that grew up in church with music, whether it's a musician or a writer, they're very knowledgeable in the music scene, Kanye West, he was one of them.
Right.
As far as genres, what's your favorite genre of music?
I would have to say the blues. Blues, but it's just something about the guitar and the blues.
Did you hear Robert Johnson?
Yeah. I also, let me see. I just created a playlist not too long ago.
Yeah.
Because I stopped listening to blues. I've been strictly into hip hop lately. For the past few years, and I was like, what, I'm gonna go. Benny King. There's him, and then there's let me see. I'm trying to look for my playlist here.
So you're more into like the oldie blues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about a little bit fast forward? Do you like the Doors?
I would have to hear one of their songs. Etta James is another one. I fuck with Etta James.
Yeah.
BB King. You know, like people like that. What was who's the one? Who's that blues artist? The one that made a deal with the devil at the crossroads.
I think that was.
I
think that was Robert Johnson.
Yeah, that was Robert Johnson. Yeah. So like blues.
Yeah,
like that,
bro.
for sure.
Yeah, that's
besides
fire,
hip hop.
man.
Besides hip hop, you know, for sure, blues and soul.
Have you ever considered writing to other genres besides hip hop, like the blues or any other Spanish? Have you tried Spanish?
I haven't really considered it, but like, I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. Like rock had a good influence on me growing up. You know, for a little bit, I thought like alternative rock was pretty cool, like Linkin Park and stuff like that, like Green Day. You know, I think that's where my melody usually comes from. You feel me? Where it comes from, a little rockish. You know, Framing Hanley, you know, things like that. Three Doors Down, 3 Days Grace. You know.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be going off subject once in a while, you know, on some random questions. So
for sure.
One of them's gonna be, what's your all-time favorite movie?
I would have to say Four Brothers.
That's the one with Mark Wahlberg, right?
Yeah. Where they're all like adopted, and then their mom got killed at a corner store.
Yeah. It's a good movie, bro.
Yeah, that one.
Top 3 lyricists?
Wayne for sure. Wayne, my top number one. I think people don't give Wayne his credit for real, and I say he's the best, like alive and or dead. You know, so I would have to say Wayne. Shit, man, I might give it to Kendrick though, Cap. Wayne, Kendrick, and then
We can come back to that one if you want.
Yeah.
What about your favorite local restaurant?
My favorite local restaurant.
Oh, you know what? Okay. Say all 3 of them. You can. Chicago, here, and in Mexico.
Okay, well, in Chicago, we're going to have to go to Johnny's. All respect to Johnny's. This is where you get the Italian beef. Either Johnny's or Jerk 48, you know. Those two. And then we come to Minneapolis, Hooks. It's deep fried seafood.
Nice.
You know? And then here in Brownsville, I don't know if there's any other place, but there's this place called Tingy, and it's like they sell birria tacos.
Yeah, my cousin owns it, bro.
Oh yeah, ain't that some shit? Yeah, I just had it before I came out here. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, something about birria tacos, bro. It's just crazy, man.
Yeah, shout out to my cousin Tony.
Shout out to Tony, man. Hey, man, look, I deserve to eat for free now. You know what I mean? I just promoted it.
Might tell him.
Bro.
I just saw that in Bronzeville he had like a stage where he has people performing now. So I know me and him had talked about it. So that'd be a nice location. I don't know if you've seen the outside.
Yeah. I used to go there before it was Tinky. It was a club before. I forgot
it's a nice spot.
Yeah.
He just opened one here in Westico, and then he opened one in Austin recently. So
that's
congrats.
dope. Look at that, real dope. Congrats. Shout out to you. Said his name's Tony.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tony, man.
So bro, do you play any instruments?
I play the guitar. I picked up a little bit on the violin and
nice.
and the piano. Very, very minimal, you know. And I did play the clarinet in the middle school marching band. So.
What were your first songs that you learned on those instruments?
Hey There Delilah on the guitar. Like to this day, actually, I still know how to play that one. Like off memory, off top, I still know how to play that one. And then the clarinet, I couldn't even tell you. It was probably one of the band songs that they gave us. You know? Yeah. And
violin.
The violin, same. I was learning how to play the notes. I didn't really learn how to play a song yet. Like I was in the touch of the surface when it came to the violin, but I had to stop because I couldn't afford the lessons anymore. They're kind of pricey. So.
What was your favorite instrument learning?
It would have to be the guitar.
Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, so let's talk a little bit about your cipher, the Batcave. Bro, that shit was fucking fire. I don't know anyone that has done anything like that down here, bro. And when I saw you guys do that, I think everybody got the chills with that shit, bro. Like, fuck, bro.
You know, it's funny how that came to be because I had wrote my verse on top of like a remix to the Pharaoh Monarch track. I forgot the original. I forgot what's the original song called. It's the beat that goes like da na na na, ba na na na. Like I think I know it's Pharaoh Monarch, but I forgot the title of the song. Get the fuck up. Get the fuck up. Yeah, rubbing your titty. I forgot the song, but like, you know what I'm saying? But I know it's by Pharaoh Monarch. And I had just wrote a verse on it. And the reason I had wrote a verse is because a lot of people, like I had, ran into some people that had said, some rappers that had been talking about like how I make good music, but I can't rap for real. You know, like I don't, I'm not doing that boom bap, or if it's not boom bap, it's not rap. Type energy. Yeah. And I'm like, watch this. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like,
throw shit up.
Right. So like, I wrote to that, and I wanted to release it, right? But I had, like, it didn't seem like a music video type of thing to do. You feel me? Like, I just wasn't seeing it in that image in my mind. And when I heard it and I kept listening to it, I was like, this will go crazy in a cypher type of atmosphere. You feel me? So I was like, okay. So like I'm getting on an old school beat, a very popular beat. So a beat that's known by many, even though they might not know who the artist is or the song is, the beat itself is going to be known. So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to hit up some lyricists, people that I know that can shred the mic and tell them to do the same thing, get on a different beat, not mine, get on a different beat that's someone that's iconic or something that's iconic to you, get on it and spit for however long you want it to be, you know what I'm saying, and just spit that, and then we'll create a video of us shooting it in a cypher format. So that's how that happened. You feel me? I hit up Amber Marie. Shout out to Amber Marie, the owner of Batcave, which is a barbershop in Harlingen. She's been supportive since I've been doing. I met her at the Kevin Gates concert, and she's been supportive ever since. She even She even paid me to do a show in San Antonio for like a barbershop competition. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that she would definitely allow us to use her spot to create that image. But that's how that came to be, man. I just hit up the people that I knew that can complete their track and do well, and that's how the Batcave cypher came to be. And now people want more. People have been asking me for more.
Yeah, bro. Hopefully you do some more, bro, because that shit was fire, man. Besides music, what other hobbies are you passionate about?
Hobbies. I would guess I had to say like screenwriting. You feel me? Like, I'm actually in the middle of writing a YouTube series. I want to create like a drama series. You feel me? And it's just to give a little detail on it. I don't know if I'm gonna call it the cleanup crew or cleaners yet, but basically the show is gonna be based on what people never really talk about, which is the people that are called to clean up a crime. You feel me? Like, whenever like there's a hit or like someone gets killed and it's an organized hit. I'm not talking about no shootout at a like drive-by or nothing like that. We're talking about when someone's killing somebody and they got money to hide the body and hide it all. You feel me? The people they call to come to the house and get rid of the body and clean it up, it's about their perspective on what's going on with them, because not only do they have all the information, like they're dangerous to the people that are committing the crimes, and then not only that, but they're also dangerous. Can't be taken lightly either. Just because they're being hired for the job doesn't mean that you can take them lightly, because they know how to dispose of you properly as well. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like it's gonna be a drama series based on those people, like the people that they never talk about. You know what I'm saying? But people be like they'll show a movie and someone gets killed and then like they can't find the body and no one knows how. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's the people that know how to clean up.
That'd be a lot of interesting stories, to write about on that.
Yeah, for sure. So that's what I'm working on.
That's fire, man. So on the back to the music, bro. Have you opened up for anybody?
Yeah, I've my first big one, my first major one would have to be Tyga. I opened up for Tyga in December of 2018.
Nice.
2018, and then it went from Tyga to Cardi B, then from Cardi B to Kevin Gates, and then shout out to Cardi, shout out to Gates, shout out to Tyga. Then I also did A Boogie with a Hoodie. I did Yella Beezy, Erica Banks, the NLE Chopper show. Megan Thee Stallion was supposed to be at that show, but she didn't show up because of COVID. Her.
So all these were here in the valley or outside of the valley?
No, these were all here in the valley.
Nice, man.
Yeah, all in the valley for sure.
So when it comes to a beat, what's your favorite instrument? Like, what gets you going? Like, once you hear that, you're like, shit, I could write to that.
I guess it would depend on the certain style, like of what the beat is, used for. Because I mean, if you go ahead on a heavy trap beat, you know what I'm saying, violins and saxophone sometimes isn't necessary for a beat like that. But then if you're going on a more instrumentation, you know what I'm saying, I would appreciate, like the violins and saxophones on beats. But if we're talking straight up 808s and like headbangers and shit like that, I'm definitely gonna go for the drums and the 808s and the hits, the hi-hats, all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top 3 video games of all time.
Mario Kart. Mario Kart, Smash Bros. And COD.
Nice.
And COD, if we're gonna talk more modern, for sure, COD.
That's cool, bro. So this is gonna come out in a few months, so by then I'll probably already have it done. So I want to do an event here at the eatery, a game tournament with like 4 projectors.
Okay.
So I'll keep you posted on that. And I don't know, we want to combine it with music and like gaming, but we're in the talks on that. But
yeah, that sounds dope, man.
We want to bring in the old
way.
school stuff like Mario Kart, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
So
I still have all the old systems. I got the GameCube, the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64. You know what I'm saying? So
and I'm actually throwing a private party event on the 20. It's gonna be the last Friday. Let me see. I think it's gonna be the 23rd. But I'll keep you posted.
Okay.
No, 28. It's gonna be one of those adult slides, water slides. We're gonna have like raspas, and we'll have drinks and all that. So just an invite, in case you can make that one.
Thanks. Yeah, let me know, man. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah. What's your favorite actor? Who's your favorite actor?
Actor, it would have to be Will Smith.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd probably give it to Will. Either Will or Will. Yeah, Will Smith. Will Smith for me. I grew up on Fresh Prince.
Yeah, it's a badass show.
Yeah.
That dad scene, bro, always gets to me because I didn't grow up with a dad either. So.
Always, yeah. R.I.P. Uncle Phil. You know what I'm saying?
So what's your favorite beer, wine, and liquor?
Beer, I'm gonna have to go Corona. Liquor, I'm gonna have to go Henny or Douce. I love my cognac. I hope to have my own cognac one day. And wine, I'm not much of a wine drinker, man. I'm pretty basic with wine. I'll get the $7 bottle for all I care.
Yeah.
I've heard wines to get drunk off of wine is like the best, but the hangovers are the worst.
Hell yeah, bro. Hangovers are bad.
Yeah.
I think wine's the only thing I black out on.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. I've had had a glass of wine here and there, you feel me? But when it comes down to knowing names and then to actually drink enough of it to get drunk, I've never done it. Never done it.
So what about books? Do you read books? Do you have a favorite book?
Yeah, my favorite book, and it's pretty basic too. My favorite book is Of Mice and Men. And
isn't there a metal band on that?
I think it's Of Mice, 2 Men, something like that.
Yeah.
But Of Mice and Men is basically a story about 2 workers. Like this one dude is kind of like mentally challenged, and the other guy that's with him kind of like takes care of him. You feel me? And basically the one that's a little slow can't doesn't really know his like strength, so he tends to like kill animals because he's so massive, he's so big, you feel me? So he kills anything that's he has like this cuteness aggression issue, you feel me? Where if you know what cuteness aggression is that when you see something super cute and you just kind of want to just
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And then like, but with him, you feel me, he didn't know how to stop, so he would actually kill anything that he didn't intentionally mean to hurt. So one day he has an issue with a woman, and it had the whole city looking for him and the whole town, and his best friend, that they were gonna have their own ranch and own land, had to like kill him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because before the angry mob did, kind of like a Frankenstein.
They haven't made a movie for it yet.
There is, but it's an older movie.
Yeah, like black and white, or
black and white. Yeah,
gotta check it out. Yeah. What about writers? Any writers that you like? Favorite writer?
Nicholas Sparks. Yeah.
Cool.
Nicholas Sparks. He does all the like love books. You know what I'm saying? That main one that everyone loves so much. The fucking. I'm blanking out right now.
Does he inspire you though when he comes to like writing music? Do you like get any inspiration from some of his books? Or?
He inspires me more to be like a better man in relationships. You know what I'm saying? To see love at a different at a different point of view. You feel me? Because I feel like men are very scared to show their emotions because of the way we're raised. You feel me? Like, Nicholas kind of does the complete opposite of that.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting to see, and then actually to accept the fact that that's actually manly in itself. You know what I'm saying? To love your partner is not weak.
Yeah.
And I think that's very, very interesting to see.
So, favorite song and music video that you've done?
I would have to say Interlude. My song Interlude. It was actually a song that I hated so much. I hated the song. I thought it was complete trash when I recorded it. And it took... I actually wrote the melody to that track first. Usually artists write to whatever the producer made. You know what I'm saying? Like, the producer makes the beats and then the artist writes to the beats. But in this case, I was kind of in my own head and I wrote a little melody, and I was like,
was it out of your comfort zone and that's why you hated it, or what made you not?
Yeah, it was out of my comfort zone for sure. I just didn't like the way I was delivering it, and it was the first time that I had to use auto-tune. And I just didn't feel comfortable using autotune, and then I also didn't want to be considered an artist like, oh, he uses autotune. You feel me? There was a point in the music career where if you used autotune, you're fucking trash. You know what I'm saying? And I hated the fact that I was like, damn, I'm over here gonna use autotune. But if you listen to the song, it's not heavily induced with autotune like other people use and nothing like that. And you actually, when you hear it live or when I sing it live, I actually match pitch with what the autotune is contributing, so it's not it's not out there. It's not like if I were to perform it live that I don't sound like the song, you feel me? So it fit. But the reason I didn't like it was because, like I said, I had wrote it first and then my producer made a beat to my harmony, to my melody. Sorry, not harmony, to my melody. And he infused all of this stuff on it, and it was just so much going on in the song that I was like, bro, no, this is not it. And he's like, nah, bro, it is. Shout out to Trey V. Shout out to Trey. He just moved to Cali. And I was like, bro, you know what? All right, look, fine. Like, if we're gonna keep it, like, take off the violins, and take that off, and take that off. And he muted them. And then all right, play it back. And then when he played it, I was like, there you go. That's it. You feel me? And it like the song just had so much going on that it just didn't sound good. And then when you started taking off those layers,
bro, it's crazy. It's hard sometimes when a producer and artist like when they're in the studio, like I've had artists where they come in and they're like, they'll fuck with the beat, you know, and they'll give me some type of directing. But then there's also the artists that are kind of like artist producers, because you guys have this big, you know what I mean, like you, that you said that it was too much, so you told them, you know, like as far as like to fuck with it, you know. But I mean, it is what it is. It's gonna happen, you know, because they're both passionate about the song, that he's got his vision and then you got your vision. And sometimes, you know, you gotta compromise or like work with each other, you know.
Right. And seeing that, and that's why making music is so it's not just business, you know. Like, to make a good song is beyond business. You gotta be able to vibe with whoever you're working with. You feel me? Which is why I'm very closed off with who I work with. And it's nothing intentional. You feel me? But it's kind of hard for me to like enjoy myself in a room full of artists that I don't even know y'all's names.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not that artist. You feel me? Like, that doesn't mean I can't get in the mic and spit a 16. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, do I even want to at this point? Because, you know, like, I'm not vibing. You feel me?
Yeah, energy is everything. You gotta vibe with that person.
Energy is everything. You feel me? And energy is definitely translated when you rap it on the mic. When you're recording in the studio, you can feel it. You can feel when it's authentic. You can feel when you're reading it off your phone or reading it off the paper that you wrote it on. You feel me? Like, if it's not memorized or it's not in your heart, you know, it's gonna
and that's always appreciated from a producer's point of view, that like when you say, you know, just memorize it and come in, so you don't have to focus on like, oh shit, I'm gonna miss a word. Instead, you're gonna be focusing more on the delivery, on the feel, you know, how like make it believable, instead of like pausing here and there, causing the timing of the you know, the delivery. Right.
Like, as if the studio is there 24/7. Like, all shout outs to all artists that are able to go in the studio whenever they can, you know. But like me as myself, you feel me? Like, I actually travel out of state just to record. You feel me? I don't really record here in the Valley, and that's no offense to no one in the Valley. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I haven't found myself in a space where I'm just like, I'm comfortable, I'm me, and I'm with my person. You feel me? Like, the producer that I go to is, his name is Trevi. He's also my audio engineer. You know what I'm saying? He does both, and he has a degree in audio engineering. We went to a music school together. You feel me? So we went to college together. Sadly, the school shut down, but that's a whole nother story. But he graduated from there, you know, and he has worked with like big people. You know, he's done shit with Chance the Rapper, you know, and Vic Mensa and all these other artists. You feel me? And when he makes his beats and when he does his work, you can feel it. You feel me? And I worked with him before he even became who he is today. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's a friendship. You feel me? Which is why I'm comfortable to be able to like, nah, bro, that's trash. Do it again. You feel me?
No,
like,
you have to be open about that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people take that real person on. It's like, nah, it's better me to tell you than to hear from someone else, you know?
Right, of course.
How long have you been working with him?
Since my first year of college, which would be 2015. You know, so ever since then.
That's badass, man.
So yeah, 6 years now. Yeah, running in 6 years.
What's your all-time favorite song?
In general, right?
Yeah, in general.
Damn. If I were to... See, with me, when I listen to music, I tend to like overplay the songs I like, and then once I'm over it, then I'll get like new songs in my playlist, and I always have something new to like really enjoy. So right now, like, I would have to say, you know what? Pride is the Devil by J. Cole. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I relate to that. I relate to that track so hard. If that was coming out of my own mouth, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just crazy, like stupid crazy. Yeah. Pride is the Devil. No cap.
What's your favorite performance venue?
The Far Event Center. The Bird Ogden Arena. Yeah. That's my favorite place so far.
Did you open for anybody there, or?
That was the Kevin Gates show. I did the Kevin Gates show there. Yep.
Your favorite childhood cartoon?
Ed, Edd and Eddy. Yeah.
That's badass. So if you could travel back in time what advice would you give yourself?
Don't let pride get in the way. Yeah, easy on your pride. It's cool to be proud, but it's not good to be prideful. You know. Yeah. Swallow that shit, because it's not. My pride has got me into a lot of trouble. Yeah, for sure.
I guess sometimes you just gotta choose your battles, right?
Yeah, instead of making everything a battle.
Yeah.
Yep.
So as far as locally, who would you want to collab with from like painters, business owners, musicians, artists, singers?
Locally, I would have to, say, I would have to give it to the Crockett family. The whole Crockett family.
They're on fire, bro.
Yeah, like even though they're like, I've known them for years and stuff like that. They started out my career. They actually they took me in from the streets. You know what I'm saying? They gave me a place to live and clothes and food, and you know what I'm saying? Like, wow, when I would get kicked out of my house and shit, like, you feel me? I come from an abusive home, so when I had nowhere to go, I hardly knew them. I already knew them, but I really had no one to hit up, and when I had only hit them up because I knew they had a studio, and I was just trying to go and just record. But then when I had explained my situation and what was going on, they helped me out, and I did songs with them at that time. But then after that, I took off to Chicago, and then from Chicago I went to Minnesota. So I didn't really make music with them throughout that whole time, you feel me, when I started growing, like when I started getting older. And now that I'm back, you feel me, obviously, like, we're a lot older now. I have kids, they're busy, they got careers, they got, you know what I'm saying, they're doing whatever they had to do to survive, you feel me. So there hasn't really been time enough for us to hit the studio, but I think it's about that time that we recollect.
Hopefully y'all do, because that would be fire, like all of you guys.
Yeah. Shout out to the Crockett family, man.
Yeah. So what goals do you have this year, and do you have any upcoming projects?
My goal is to get my business started. Now, it might not be in music per se, but like just opening up a business. I was thinking about opening up a parking lot, in downtown Brownsville. Now that Elon Musk is working a lot down there, you feel me? So I thought opening a parking lot would be a good idea, something like that. And just getting in tune with myself. I've been on bullshit a lot, you feel me? Like, especially like during COVID, like there's been a lot going on for everybody, you know what I'm saying? But it definitely kind of I took steps back this past year. You feel me?
Did COVID affect you in any way?
Yeah, it did. I lost my grandma. She actually died a couple days after my daughter was born. So, and they were both in the same hospital. So while my girl was giving birth, my grandma was in the same hospital. And it was crazy because I had all my family in town. All my family from Chicago had came, Florida, Mexico, and all that. And they were here for her, not for me. You know what I'm saying? And then me and my girl both had COVID. So I wasn't allowed to be in the delivery room to see my daughter be born, and she had to go through that alone, you feel me? And then after her being born, we weren't allowed to see our daughter because of COVID. So we didn't see our daughter physically in person until 2 weeks after she was born. So my mom had to take care of my daughter while in the same time trying to bury her mom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then obviously, money and funds and all of that, got into play, and, things get worse, and then you're forced to stay indoors with, your other person, and obviously that's different too, you feel me? Like needing to, like, obviously, like having to stay in the house, you feel me? Not having the liberty of going out, and then eventually you're gonna get sick of each other, so then there's that, and just all of that really kind of took a toll on me, and my grandma being my biggest, you feel me? And it kind of like sucked to not, I mean, it was my daughter being born. How come I don't feel more happy?
Yeah.
and I will never have that feeling again. I will never be able to like know what it was like to be like, oh my God, I have a daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I have them now. You feel me? Like she's walking now. She's about to be one, and in a week or so, a week and a half. So obviously,
But in general, how do you like being a dad?
it's crazy. It's good. I love it. It's. I've never known what it was like to be truly at peace at one moment. You feel me? Like it's the little things that make you feel like you really tell yourself. At least for me, I've told myself like, this is happiness.
Yeah. Do you hold back now, like more than now that you have a kid? Like, do you think twice of stuff? Because me, like having a son, like I kind of cut back a little bit on a lot of partying and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's something that I'm kind of in the middle of fighting of. You know what I'm saying? Because my lifestyle and the way I grew up and the way I think in general was kind of just like like I'm gonna do everything off the muscle. I'm gonna do everything off the street. I don't give a fuck. Like if I gotta feed my family through selling crack, I'm gonna do so. You feel me?
Yeah.
And my girl's not really on that. You know what I'm saying? She's supportive and she understands and she knows why I think like this.
Yeah.
But like it's her trying to like help me grow, and I see it, and I know that it's not that she doesn't like like she's doing it out of like goodness. You feel me? There's nothing wrong with trying to tell me, hey, how about you just get a job, or something like that. And I'm in the middle of just like, nigga, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I can't do no job where a motherfucker tell me what the fuck I gotta do. Nigga, fuck you. I can make more than you in a week or in a couple of days and whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? And then just putting me in a situation where like, hey, you're gonna go back in jail. You're gonna waste your time. You want to do this music shit or not? Like, you feel me? And then just all of that. You feel me? So yeah, it's definitely a battle between the street and then being a father.
Yeah.
Definitely a battle.
Do you have any advice in general, like starting in the music and in general?
Advice when you're starting to music: be yourself. Be yourself. Keep it a buck. Be 100. It's okay not to be street. I feel like a lot of people try to be street just to portray the type of music that they love listening to, and it's like like nah. You feel me? Like there's nothing cool about it. There's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I think a lot of people have a misconception of what this lifestyle really is. You know what I'm saying? It's not cool when you gotta look behind you. Like when you gotta worry about motherfuckers like busting in your door and you got a daughter to protect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that shit's nah. It's not. But yeah, being yourself, man, and just investing in yourself, and don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. You feel me? You're just gonna have to keep going. And advice in general would have to be love yourself. Because find a way to love yourself, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to love anybody else.
You got any shout outs?
Shit, shout out to Trey V, my producer. Shout out to Pan, 772 Pan from Chicago. My nigga, that's my brother. Shout out to Jameer, FCF family comes first. Shout out to the Valley. Shout out to you, Big Ball. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. Appreciate you for having me out here,
brother.
Man.
Looking forward to all your projects, bro. Like, especially those ciphers and the Crockett collab.
Thank you.
My last question, brother. Where can people get a hold of you if they want to collab, follow your movement, or hire you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Saint Chase 773 SAINT Chase, like Chase Bank, chasing the dream, chasing the money, chasing the bag. CHASE 773 Saint Chase 773, man.
And like I said, brother, thank you for coming, man. And
thank you for having me.
Looking forward to all your work. And all right, guys, this concludes your episode with Saint Chase and music, peace, and love.